the Jupiwary recap and how we actually got here. Things that happen in Jupiwary don't just happen for no reason, right? We will try to be principles based. We want to understand what are some of the goals of the design objectives over here on Jupiwary. The first of the goals here is to grow the pie. As simple as that.
When it comes to like money and ideas and memes, right? Growing the pie means that the more people believe in something, commit to something, and push something forward, the pie gets bigger, right? Yeah. Every society that does well, right, is when community come together to make it better together. That is why the vote is so amazing, right? Think about it. Guys, 87% of the people had faith. They go like, okay, even though I'm probably not going to be the biggest beneficiary of it, I vote to grow the pie.
Internet strangers all around the world, unified mostly by their love of the community, their love of the products, and the love of the mission, have come together to say, no, let's give it to other people, even if it means my allocation is a little bit smaller now. I know in the long term, the allocation for everybody is going to be a little bit bigger. I think this is a critical thing, and everything that we talk about today is going to be based in this key fact. What is the best way to ensure that we can grow the pie long term rather than try to fight over some scraps? The second thing that we're trying to do with Jupiwary is to appreciate the cats.
The biggest thing that happened over the Jupiwary feedback, right, was like the need to kind of make sure that everybody feels included as part of the process. It's actually very, very important that I'll try my best to kind of make sure that everybody feels appreciated.
The third goal of Jupiwary is to set the future foundations as well.
This vote, this Jupiwary investment, right, is an investment in the DAO into the future of Jupiverse. Can we actually, grow the Jupiverse pie? Ideally, we do Jupilarian stuff. We end up with a much stronger community, a much more meaningful voting process, right? And also, obviously, kind of like set the grounds for future growth, Yeah.
More talent, more users, more everything, more awareness, all of that coming in if Jupiwary is done well. We should talk a little bit about that second proposal so that we know what people actually voted for here. This second proposal talks about, some of the key insights that we learned from the first one. We all want the same thing. That was honestly a little surprising in the feedback, how overwhelming the kind of response was, that people were still aligned and they just had slight differences of opinions on the right way to go about it. Some folks wanted to have some key assurances made as well around particular groups, especially around voter interests, making sure that people hold on to the airdrop in some way and the size of potential selling when it happens. And then, of course, making sure that the Jup goes to folks who can ideally become long-term members, because ultimately Jupiwary is an invitation from the DAO to the rest of the world to come join the ranks and grow the community. So the key changes that were made: first, a portion of the allocation will go into incentivizing holding, buying, and voting through the year. And any unclaimed Jup will go into ASR, active stake and rewards. Second big change was an explicit allocation for stakers. And then finally, trying to focus with laser-like intent on the real users. In the first Jupiwary, anybody or anything that used the protocol was eligible. In this Jupiwary, that's not necessarily going to be the case.
This Jupiwary is very, very much about inviting like people, right, into the community, to grow it together, kind of thing. That's the key thing.
Yeah. And then the last thing to remember here is that the proposal was for 2 Jupiwaries, not just this one. So we have one Jupiwary coming up in 2025, and then another Jupiwary in 2026.